That's when it just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over. And
that's what a steady diet of Skittles will do to you since you're a 2-year-old kid. It's like eating lead paint chips. Yet he's famous, and they give him commercials in such a racist country. An illiterate, I don't know, I'm not going to call him a thug because I like him, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, folks, I don't want to hear it anymore. Don't want to hear it. All right. How you doing, folks? Hope you had a good weekend. I got to be honest, man. I was like hawking, just laying on that couch. Might as well have a fucking... If I could have had a catheter running from my dick to the bathroom, I would have done it. Oh, Dallas, I sent that picture. I know you cooked. I made a Neapolitan, a Napoletane, just a Sunday. They call it red lead. Folks, it's just tomato sauce with, this is what was thrown in it. Like a 3-pound pork shoulder. I just cut it into chunks, like 3 chunks. They weigh about a pound each. 5 Italian sausages. So you got that. Oh, skirt steak, cut up. And, short ribs.
How is your heart still beating right now?
I don't know that it is. I have this thing plugged into my eye. No, it really is. It's a fucking, we call it the Dick Cheney sauce. That'll clog your fucking aorta like the Holland Tunnel at 5 o'clock on a long weekend. Red lead. I mean, we usually make tomato sauce. My grandmother, she would start with some type of pork and brown it, and that would be the base. But this is like an old-fashioned, right from Italy, where you just throw everything but the kitchen sink in it. And when it's done, by the way, I've cooked it for 4.5 hours. So the meat, it's like a cancer patient. It's just falling off. I'm fucking dying. And it's just shredding. And you take the meat out, you can shred it and put some of it back into the sauce. And then we had a bag of fresh pasta, the wide, like, pappardelle, tagliatelle, whatever, and that. So I sauced it with that. Honest to God, when people ask you what your favorite food is, I mean, with me it's pizza, but you're like, it's every bit as good. There's 9 Italian dishes that are tied for first with me. My God. And I'm going away. I'm going away tomorrow. I'm doing 6 years up in Lewisburg. I got to go to watch me on Crowder Wednesday and Thursday morning, and then on to Rosemont, Illinois, where Friday night show is already sold out. Thursday night show is on its way, but it's Thursday night. Excuse me. I chose that because I could go right from Crowder, bing, bing. So I knew it wasn't going to be whatever. But anyways, I'm 63, and the show is sold out on Friday night, okay? Chicago, I fucking love you. I told you. One of my favorite comedy towns, regardless of how many people there. They laugh at everything. And anyhow, where was I? Oh, yeah, dying of heart disease because of pork.
That was a 3-pound shoulder that I sent you that was slicing up.
Oh, yeah, Dallas sends me. We're like sick bastards. We're like cannibals who eat girls after they kill them. We're sending pictures of fucking red meat. I know, you triggered me. I had to get up and... Anyhow, that was part of the weekend, and I always want to talk hockey, but I don't know how many people, because most people, out of all the 4 major sports, hockey, it has the smallest niche, because it's usually cold weather areas and people with money that I couldn't afford to play youth hockey. When I was a kid, all my friends did. So I played pond hockey and had the balls to go out for the JV team my senior year just to have fun. And it was the best time of my fucking life. I skated just well enough to play organized hockey. But I don't know what else to say. I'm watching Edmonton and fucking Vegas. Edmonton's up 2-0. Vegas has to win this one, right? They got to win or they're fucked. There's Clock's running down. It's tied 4-4. 20 seconds left in the game. Here comes a guy over the blue line for Vegas. There's still 2 defensemen back for Edmonton. You're like, this is going to end in a tie. It's going to go into overtime. And the clock's down to like 5. All of a sudden he cuts in, lowers his shoulder, drives towards the net, and just throws it out front. And one of Edmonton's own defensemen goes to stop it and deflects it into his own net. Not even defenseman. It was their leading scorer. I forget his name, Draisaitl. Trying to do, he was trying to do what he's supposed to. Anyways, goes in the net with how much time left? 0.4 seconds to win the game. Can you imagine? They're banging the shit out of each other for 2.5 hours. I mean, fucking headshots, people getting cut. I don't know how this isn't the most popular fucking sport in the world. Gary Bettman, you better hire me. Let's have a sit down. Because I'm telling you, it has the roots of soccer in it. And that's the biggest sport in the world, again, because it's cheap. All you need is a ball. Anybody can kick the fucking thing. So all over the world, people play it, right? And it's for girls, basically. It is. But, you know what I'm saying? You got 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, a goalie. They fucking go nuts when you know what I mean? Anyhow, if he can just transfer that out of all the professional leagues, like the NFL, they're expanding to global markets in Europe, and this is the one. Must be hard to do. I mean, what Jew's not going to think of that? Nick, why'd you say that? Because they're very good at business. If you don't like it, lick it. What? So, Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from a very good Kansas City team, who was 8 games over 500, Kansas City. And Devers, real quick, I'm giving you sports. Devers, over the weekend, caused a whole shitload of news. We didn't talk about this, right, Les? No. He, as you know, he had it in his contract that he would be the third baseman for the Red Sox. But we got Alex Bregman, who's the greatest thing since sliced. He's better than I fucking ever thought he was. Leading the league in almost everything, I swear to God. Not to mention defense out of the... So if they talk Devers into agreeing to be the DH. They said, put away your glove. You're going to be the DH. Then we lose our first baseman, Tristan Casas, who was a big bat for us. He blows his knee out. So now they want to maximize the lineup. They got to replace somebody at first base, right? Keep Devers bat in the lineup. And we got this Yoshida guy who's a good hitter. He's been injured. That's what they want to do to maximize. Anyways, so they're asking Devers to maybe play first base. And he comes right out like Friday night and goes, that's not fair of the organization to ask me to do that. And I sort of see his point, but then I went, oh, wait a minute, they're giving him not giving him, he earned it, but $335 million contract. So you're going to do what we say, son, I would say. So that he had that hanging over his head all weekend, and I'm like, he better have a good weekend. Goes 4 for 4 on Saturday. Then yesterday hit a 440-foot home run and had another hit. And he's starting to come into, his average went from 235 to 278 over the weekend. Anyhow, it's enough of that, folks. I know you probably left the show. Let's talk another battle. U.S. and China strike a trade deal. I usually don't talk about this garbage because it's boring and shit, but, you know, they've been bad-mouthing Trump. Oh, where are the big deals? He's going to fuck us over. These tariffs are ruining the company. The U.S. and China have agreed on a deal to help resolve the trade war raging between the world's 2 largest... it's raging between the media. The U.S. has a massive $1.2 trillion trade deficit. I believe that's with China, right? Did they not? Is that what they mean? Doesn't matter. So the president declared a national emergency. It might have been just for everybody. U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer said Sunday, we're confident that the deal we struck with our Chinese partners over at the Golden Qinglan will help us work toward resolving that national emergency. President Trump has imposed tariffs of up to 145% on goods from China, with China slapping a retaliatory tariffs on American exports. You know, Trump pissed him off, and Trump has every right to do what he did.
I kill you right now.
Kill me, I'm right here, kill me.
Hey, Trump sounds Chinese.
2 chopsticks, I shove up your ass.
2 chopsticks, come over here, talk to me in the face.
That's our Chinese ambassador. China is America's 3rd largest trading partner. Here's the only thing that Trump's the only guy that seems to understand this. Everybody in the world needs us more than we need them as far as markets and money. That's the bottom fucking line. China's, do you know 45 banks closed last week in China? And it has something to do with Trump whacking them with the tariffs and shit. Do you understand? Give him the benefit of the doubt. He knows he's forgot more about money and the economy than you fucking idiots on the left know. So just shut your holes and enjoy the ride. Good night, everybody. China is America's third largest trade partner and has long drawn ire from Trump over its practices. Here's why we're slapping them around. We've been pissed about China because this is the shit they've been pulling for the last 40 years, including exporting deadly fentanyl, just killing our... Right there's enough. Currency manipulation, intellectual property theft, forced technology transfers, and more. Listen to this. Some estimates have pegged annual Chinese IP, that's intellectual property theft, from the United States, listen to this, at 225 to 600 billion with a B annually. That shows you how anti-American the Democrats are, that they would have the balls to even say boo. They were part of it. They know this shit was going on. And so did probably George W. Bush and the rest of them. We have a guy in there that's like, fuck you, and looking out for us, believe it or not. I'm 600 bill stealing our shit. Again, I say I have a joke. I probably already did it. I always do it. I go, intellectual property. It's kind of ironic because I used to sit next to the Chinese kid on a math test and steal his intellectual property. So it's kind of amazing. Last year, the United States had $295.4 billion trade deficit with China, a major pet peeve of Trump's. During his second term, Trump slapped a 20% tariff against the Chinese, seeking concessions on the fentanyl crisis. Then on Liberation Day, he unveiled so-called reciprocal tariffs on Beijing, prompting swift retaliation. As Tony said, no retaliation, counter retaliation. Despite the vast differences, Trump administration officials claim they made remarkable progress with the Chinese in about 2 days. And you can probably get the details. This story is from this weekend. But there was some details leaking out about exactly, they agreed to back off on whacking each other or whatever. So they have to. 45 banks closed, national banks in China. Do you understand? You don't hear that from any other news source, you motherfuckers. That was Pesci. Speaking of the greatest president of all time and foreign adversaries, the headline is just plain. Folks, I've used this one before, and I'll use it again until you tell me not to. Plane. Just plain awesome. Well, in what might be the nicest gift ever given to someone, the nation of Qatar gave President Trump what some people are calling a palace in the sky. Here's a little local news or national news explaining what that gift was. Hi, how are you, Sugar?
And President Trump is traveling to the Middle East today. He's visiting Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, and expected to focus on trade agreements and economic ties. The administration is also preparing to accept what could be the largest gift ever from a foreign government. The royal family of Qatar is giving a luxury jumbo jet to serve as Air Force One, and the president will also be able to use it after he leaves office.
What? What? I got socks and underwear last Christmas. True, they were silk girly socks. I like them. And the underwear, also French cut, 1,000 threads. It hides the skid marks. What? The gift is expected to be announced next week when Trump visits Qatar. Some people call it Qatar. Speaking of Qatar, we have a picture. I don't even know if he's still a Red Sox. I don't think he is. Qatar Crawford, that's his name. Qatar. Imagine a picture, Qatar Crawford. And his best pitch was what? A Qatar. His mother's a fucking psychic. Anyways, visits Qatar on the first foreign trip. That's this week. He's probably over there now. Of his second term, according to Baba. Trump toured the plane, which is so opulently configured, it is known as a flying palace, while it was parked at the West Palm International Airport in February. My first thought was I would let somebody fly that for the first 6 months. I just can't. I know it's Qatar. We're friends with them. And we are. We do a lot for Qatar. They do a lot. But do you really trust? Do you see what I'm saying, folks? That's where I think. I think I'd make a good Secret Service guy. I would have that thing sniffed by every bomb sniffing dog, and I would make Democrats. I'd force them in at fucking gunpoint and fly them around till it blew up. You have. And I said to Dallas, there could be a mechanism that they set a clock from 6 months from now when it explodes. I just that's how I think. But I don't know what Trump did. He probably did an unbelievable fucking deal with these guys that we don't know about yet. The highly unusual, unprecedented arrangement is sure to raise questions about whether it's legal for the Trump administration and ultimately the Trump Presidential Library Foundation to accept such a valuable gift from a foreign power. So that's the big question with the Dems, right? They're already screaming today, that's illegal, it's a bribe. You know.
It's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
It's Trump answering ABC when they said, isn't that a... Sources told ABC News that the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, my ex-wife, and Trump's top White House lawyer, David Warrington, concluded it would be legally permissible for the donation of the aircraft to be conditioned on transferring its ownership to Trump's presidential library before the end of his term. There you go on that one. I'm still skeptical. Don Jr. could text me today and go, you want to go on a ride in this thing? I'm all right. I can't. I get tap lessons at 3. Can you imagine that, folks? 14, if it's worth 400 mil, they said. What kind of money do they have in the Middle East?
Stupid money. Fuck you money.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck a harem. All these young princes over there, they literally have harems. And when they get bored with their harems, they march in virgins for the weekend who are glad to fucking blow their cherry to some prince because they're young enough and dumb enough to think that he's going to give a fuck 5 minutes after his load. Well, that's put very well. Nick, what are you on, PBS? Today on PBS, we're talking to stand-up comedian and podcaster Nick DiPaolo about the misogyny that seems to penetrate the news through what is now the manosphere, which is brought to you by podcasters mostly.
And you said penetration.
I said penetration. You ever listen to football? You everything out of a football announcer's mouth is like that. They didn't penetrate deep enough. You could pick out 9 of those a game. It's fucking gross. It really makes me sick. I don't like that talk. I love it. Fucking filthy mouth since I was in 5th grade. It'll never change. Hardest I ever laughed was my brother. I had the filthy mouth, but my brother, I'm eating soup. I still remember it. In the kitchen, my brother's outside. I'm watching him try. He's got his bike and he's humming down the driveway and skidding. How long a skid he could make. So my mother's in the kitchen with me, and I'm looking out the window, and my brother fucking starts at one, and he hits the brakes, and he goes, "That fucking sucked." I looked at my mother. I go, "See, he does it too." My parents get called twice because of my mouth. 5th grade and like fucking 5th and 7th or 6th about my mouth. I hung out with kids 4 times my age. My sister Darlene's friends. That's all that was in the neighborhood. There's one kid like my age. That was it. Hey, this week, boys and girls, I'll be doing stand-up comedy Thursday night and Friday night. That's the 15th and 16th. Zanies Comedy Club, Rosemont, Illinois. The Friday night show is already sold out. I thank you very much for that, Chicago. Thursday, there's still tickets left. I would love to have you come out. And I'm funny on Thursdays when I'm trying new shit and it doesn't go well and I fucking implode. People love that shit. I blame everybody in my family when a joke doesn't work. They have nothing to do with it. Anyways, and if you want to support this show, go to the nickdip.com merchandise page. We have all kinds of new stuff. Look at all the new, this is all new stuff. Between you and I, we have like 5 Asian kids, teens in the basement, pumping this shit out. I throw them a bologna sandwich every Tuesday, and they share it, and they bang out hats and shit. That's at nickdip.com. You can also watch full episodes of my show and Louder with Crowder, which I'll be on this Wednesday and Thursday morning, and all exclusive Rumble premium content. You can watch it ad-free with just 1 subscription. So join Rumble Premium by clicking the link in the description below or up there or wherever it is. It's a dangerous situation. You'll be glad you did. I'm telling you.
Hi, good night, everybody.